7 Charlie out there. We've got a rough running engine. We're going to take it in close.
Roger, this understood. You declaring an emergency.
Kerry and Marcio have one engine
We're going to make it a shorter approach.
and a whole lot of trouble.
What we're planning for now is that stopping at any second. Let me see where you get the mixture. So let me see it. It's full now.
This 2010 Cirrus has a nasty habit.
Try it.
Too much gas
No, we don't want full. Bring it back a bit.
or too little, the engine threatens to quit.
We haven't figured out this fuel mixture yet, and it's a real problem.
You can ruin a piston engine like that if you're not doing it right. What did it do? More or less. Did you give it more? Did you enrich it? I'm enriching now. Okay. I think it's rough again. Yeah.
It's an even rougher ride for Marcio.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna bring the power back a little bit.
It's his first time ever landing this single prop.
Your mind starts to move at 1,000,000 miles a second. You start to think about all the situations that can happen. You look at the airport, you sound the engine, look at the instruments, you look at the water, look at the airspeed, altitude. Everything is in your mind right now.
Take control manually. You're gonna go to 1,000. With it running rough like this, I want to keep our altitude in case we run out of. This ain't a jet. Piston airplanes sometimes stop.
Marcio is a great jet pilot, but he's not used to flying single-engine airplanes. That's what I do.
Yeah, I would still slow down your descent.
I'm a propeller guy. I fly old beat-up stuff, and I fly it all the time. So when things start going wrong in this plane,
All right.
I'm going to take over.
Okay, she's still running rough. I'm gonna try the boost pump. That's worse. Let me try boost pump off. Move up. Come on, man. Bend it in.
I need Marcio to get this over land and fast.
I'm not comfortable being this far out of water, this low, with that engine not. Okay, I got it. It's still running rough.
What if this engine quits right now? I do not have a second engine that will take me to the airport.
Number 7 Charlie Alpha, runway C1, correct land, surface wind, variable C notes.
Go ahead and I'll put a flap. Flap spot. Okay, when we have the runway made, I'm gonna do some experimenting with this, all right? When we have the runway made.
500.
Your props, pumps, or flaps are full. Your speed is 91. Looking good. Tell him at this speed. Yep, 88. 80, holding steady. 80. 75. Got a little bit of a hill here, 71. Not too bad. Flaps coming up. Very nice, Marcio. Very nice, very nice.
Number 7 Charlie Alpha, 180.
Oh, slow down there, Charlie. I think you might be ready to move over. What do you think?
You know, I haven't touched a single engine airplane in 20 years. And some guys like it and it's great and this and that. Yeah, good for them. I don't like it. You know, I'm not doing this because I have that adventure spirit.
On this flight, Marcio's going to have to work for it. He can't just sit back, drink coffee, and do crossword puzzles.
Man, this engine... No, I think we're doing something wrong. A piston engine airplane, it should never run rough like that. People, let me in. You're going to have to go faster than this if you're going to get us inside.
Kerry and Marcio have pinned the first leg on an 11,000-kilometer haul. Next, they face a head-on collision with the fierce winter winds of the North Atlantic and bone-cracking temperatures of Canada's north. Then it's south to Sin City, where big spenders and slick little planes are a natural fit.
Lovely Wick. The rare nice day.
It will just take me a minute.
How you doing there, old man? You a little cramped up there. Put you on the rack and stretch you out, you know.
How are you, Andrew?
How you doing? Are you well?
Good to see you again. Yes,
Good.
I am.
Marcio, all right?
How are you? Long time no see, Andrew.
Can't get better than this.
I was really happy to see Andrew when we got off the plane, because he's been there forever, and he's seen it all.
Don't take on a ferry flight if you've got a deadline to meet, because that's the real killer.
If you need to know something, just ask Andrew. You know, this plane is really starting to piss me off a little bit. I can't quite seem to figure out the right power and mixture settings for descent on this thing. I'm getting a really rough running engine.
And without the boost pump, it didn't do it.
Every time I'm getting down to about 2,500 feet or so, going back close to idling, dun, 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 dun.
I think you've got to be brave and see what happens if you pull it a bit more.
Translation, take a chance and cut back on the gas. Of course, the engine could always quit.
Should always listen to Angel.
Listen to engine. The moral of the story is listen to
Angel.
It's called experience, I'm afraid.
But Moira, we're up to the eyes. I've not got time to run with 40 litres of avgas to some chicken put in the hangar.
Andrew, I know him for years. Now, he's raw, and he tells you exactly what it is.
They're sport flyers.
So it's good to, every once in a while, share moments with your friends. Andrew, my new baby's coming in about less than 10 days.
Right.
And I'm here with you.
Good. Is it going to be a boy or a girl?
A girl.
A girl, you're sure?
Second girl.
Wow.
Above all, my wife is 8.5 months pregnant. And I have no time to spare.
Do they make them as good looking as you?
You betcha. I have a picture right here. That's the little one in mommy.
Right. Look at that. One in the oven.
That's right. Off we go.
Marcio's got a pretty big deadline on this trip, so I'm really gonna have to keep Marcio from trying to push us into making a dumb decision.
Well, he's just got to remember that, you know, that all is, it's not a rush to get there because there's a baby going to be born. The important thing is to fly the airplane and go in the weather which is conducive to getting there to see his baby born.
They'll soon drive deep into Canada's north, where Cory and Pete are right now.
What's the temperature? Negative 19 degrees, sir.
That's not too bad. How about a little fresh air?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Open it up.
Okay. That's some cold air,
That's
bro.
some cold air, man.
Just yesterday, they left the heat of the Deep South and were snared in a monster storm. In front of them, 3,000 kilometers of frozen ocean and a rendezvous with a high-risk runway in the French Alps. They'll bank down into Kenya, where the 1990 Caravan gets a new life flying air safaris.
Airspeed's looking good.
Right now, the only wildlife they're likely to see
On the road again.
are hungry polar bears.
All right, well, here goes my first. Never been north of Goose Bay, Canada.
That is fantastic. I've flown across the Arctic a lot. It's never a ho-hum trip, ever. It's different every single time and very dangerous. Do you have any idea how cold it's going to be in Iqaluit?
No, Goose Bay's the farthest north I've been.
Do you have any idea what you're doing up here?
I'm learning every second.
Pete has a reputation in the aviation world. He's a test pilot. He races airplanes. He's flown all over the world, and he's going to be my mentor on this trip.
Would you care for some nourishment?
What do we have on the menu today?
We got some cranberries. We have some snack bars. Original beef jerky. That's amazing. Lunch for champions.
Dude, it is crazy out there. There is nothing.
That is correct.
It is absolutely beautiful flying over the Arctic. And you're taking pictures, you're looking at the sunset, and it's just gorgeous. And then you look down like, holy if we lost an engine, there's nowhere to land. Nowhere.
We'd die from hypothermia by the time anyone got to us. The real question is who's gonna eat who first?
There will be no eating of this pilot. And we're not going to be out here long enough to need to eat people.
To be a good ferry pilot, number one, you have to be a little crazy. We're taking small airplanes to places they are not meant to go.
And to deliver this caravan to Kenya, there's just one way: short hauls over risky terrain.
You know, we're taking a low and slow airplane across the North Atlantic in February. Are you kidding me? There's nothing else that needs to be said. Minus 31. Ooh.
Pretty desolate, man.
Very desolate. I don't like how long these shadows are getting right now. We still have 2 hours to go. Not liking that at all.
And we're only doing 130 knots. Obviously, it'll speed up a little bit.
Or speed up a lot of it. It's just not a good idea in this single-engine airplane to be flying in the Arctic at night.
Flying at night is completely different. There's no lights on the ground. You lose your horizon. You really have no depth perception. You have to be extremely careful.
If we did go down, how long do you think it would take him for him to come find us?
We would definitely prepare for 24 hours.
That'd be a long 24 hours, man.
Yep.
Pretty scary.
That'd be very scary.
That sun's getting low, Super Pete.
No, I don't like it. It is getting low.
Now that looks like some cold-ass water, man.
Yeah, rather not think about it. Just ignore the truth. You could fly right into the ground if you weren't on your instruments here.
Yeah.
There's no depth perception.
I don't really want to die today.
All right, let's not do that then.
The glamorous lifestyle of international ferry pilots.
Looks like we got reasonably decent weather.
Reasonably decent, that's it.
Reasonably decent. We're heading up from Scotland up to Iceland today. It's about 600 and some miles. If we have to ditch, North Atlantic is really cold this time of year.
All right.
So what kind of rafts do you have for us this year?
Ones that float, hopefully.
Ay.
Right, we'll go and get the boats.
If you go down in the North Atlantic and you're 300 miles from the destination, then you're going to have to get into a boat pretty quickly.
There we go. This raft is maybe 13 kilograms, but it's all down to what you want. This is the Rolls Royce.
The North Atlantic in the wintertime, I want the best, biggest raft they got available so they can find me, and when they find me, I'm still gonna be alive. Got some suits for us too?
Couple here.
You got
request the large one.
I did indeed.
Well, this one we got specially for you.
Jumbo!
I love it.
All right, excellent.
I love it.
Jumbo's my name.
Is this the first time you ever wore one of these?
No, well, first time that I actually
put it on.
Yeah, because the other one didn't fit. This is not gonna be pretty.
So even if we can get into the raft, if you're not wearing your survival suit, you'll probably die of hypothermia because you'd be so cold. So the suits are essential. It's looking good.
Okay.
Okay, chin up. Chin way back. Oh!
Help with the shoes.
They're not made for hiking. Okay, let's see if we can get this baby.
Okay, that's good.
I think that's as go we're gonna get.
Okay, what does this one look like? It's horrible.
Some ferry pilots don't use them because they're fatalists. They figure if I go in, I'm gonna be dead anyway, so why waste the money and the space in the plane? But I'm an optimist. I'm gonna survive that crash and have a hell of a story for my kids.
But before that happens, Kerry has one hell of an update for the other pilot in his family.
Hello?
Hey, Claire.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
So, you've been practicing your Spanish real hard?
Why?
You know, I've been telling Claire stories about ferry flying for years and years, and she's always dreamed about coming on a flight with me.
The Uruguay trip got pushed back a couple days, and that means we're not leaving until after your finals are done, which means...
Really?
You're gonna be my co-pilot on the Uruguay trip.
Woohoo! So I'm coming, like, I can come on the trip.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's gonna work out really good.
Booyah, baby, I'm going to Uruguay. I'm so pumped. Like, I didn't think this was gonna happen. I thought for sure my finals were gonna get in the way. We're gonna have to leave too early and I wouldn't make it, but I'm seriously so stoked right now, and I'm officially gonna be the co-pilot.
But first, Kerry has to survive this trip.
Okay, Marcio, here's the plan if we go in the water.
In the icy Atlantic, this neoprene shell will buy them about 2 hours. Without it, you might last 15 minutes.
We're gonna get out, meet at the tail of the airplane. The tail should float the longest because the heavy engine will put the tail down, all right? Grab it on the tail, hang on. Do not inflate the raft until I'm with you. Because if you inflate that raft, you're going for a ride and I probably can't catch you, all right?
You have to know your limitations. And I am pretty sure I'm out of my comfort zone flying this little thing right now. It just gives that non-reliable sensation.
8 November Tango, you're clear to Callaway Airport for the approach.
Clear to Cali with an approach. 8 November Tango, thanks.
After 4 hours of flying, Cory and Pete now face a night landing.
We need to get onto the ground quick.
They just couldn't push this heavy beast any faster.
Let's go, Rhino.
Come on, Super Rhino. Prop is where you want it?
Prop is set.
Flaps and lights.
Your lights coming on.
We're all counting on you.
Anybody bring their ice skates?
This is bad. Be tentative coming in here, okay, boss?
Pete's no stranger to this airstrip.
Back it up with the glide slope. Don't get low.
But this time,
We're good.
his captain and training stick handles it. The landing's not pretty,
That's what we call a bounce.
but in these conditions, it's a pass.
My God, I can't believe I'm here without a hat or anything for my ears.
Wear a headset around.
I'm thinking about it, trust me. This is good. Don't get far. You're making it further to walk.
Okay, so just
So
here?
stop. Yeah.
Right here?
So stop. Yeah. Get her shit out.
And run.
Run. It's freezing. For sake.
It is freezing. We land in Iqaluit and we get out of the airplane, and right instantly your whole body is frozen. Breathing hurts, your nostrils freeze up. Right then I was like, oh my God, I'm so not prepared again.
Like, everything is cold. Like, exposed skin freezes in 2 minutes.
Holy cow, your nostrils freeze just breathing.
Let's pull all of our liquids in the back. Okay. It's gonna take forever to heat this thing up in the morning.
Okay, plane secure.
We gotta get out of this. Oh, that's a sight for sewer eyes. Arctic survival store. That's perfect. It's open. Yes.
They got hats.
Cory, check it out. What do you think, Cory?
I think you should wear it flying the airplane.
Well, that's something we're getting right here. I'm thinking of this. It's called the Guardian.
Should we get matching ones?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm so cold. It's perfect.
Let's get it.
How does it look?
Looks all right.
Just all right.
Okay, it's for both of those. Can't hear anything with this.
Great, then I don't have to listen to all your stories.
I know.
Reverse.
I cut my story short. Morning.
Morning, what's going on here? We turn our head, and there's this guy with a mask on, his beard sticking out. It's all frosted up. He barely has just like a long sleeve shirt on, big gloves, and he's just storming down the sidewalk. And we're like, who's that? And he's like, well, he believes he's a real life superhero.
They call me Polarman.
Polarman, outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm Cory, nice to meet you, Polarman.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you live up here then, I take it?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
How'd you get the nickname Polarman?
It's just I can withstand extreme cold temperatures.
I can't. I'm ready to get to some warmth.
We're cold right now.
You're not used to it.
No.
At one point, he grabbed up a bunch of snow and put snow down the back of his shirt.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, take that out.
Why?
That's cold.
I think you have to be a little bit crazy to live in that cold Arctic anyway.
Nice to meet you, Polarman.
You too.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
Yeah.
Be good.
You too.
How cool is this, dude? You just gotta take a look no matter how cold it is. It's pretty awesome.
Well, it's amazing when you're up in the air, you look down, it looks all flat. Like you just
It's like
lost
smooth.
an engine, you come down, and this is gnarly.
It is gnarly.
I mean, that would be like hitting a cement wall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You look out there and I start questioning, is this the smartest thing to do? Two beautiful kids at home. There's a reason 95% of the pilots won't do this.
Okay, let's put this thing here on the side. Goes here, this battery go there.
For a 6'4" guy like Marcio, it's like squeezing a semi-truck into a single-car garage.
Okay. The only problem is, if we're going down, I have to release my seatbelt to put this on and close the chute. And then I'll be without my seatbelt.
Today, Marcio and Kerry are tackling 1,200 kilometers over open ocean to Iceland.
So now for takeoff, we're looking for a fuel flow at about 40, way the hell up here. Okay.
They're taking Andrew's advice to feed their rough-running engine less gas.
This better work.
But it's risky.
If it's not done correctly, you can fry this engine in a heartbeat. You gonna take off or you want me to?
Here you go.
Go on, you got your...
I look at the numbers.
Okay, let's go conquer the North Atlantic.
All right.
If a ferry pilot would only fly airplanes that are absolutely perfect,
Sounds like gas a little bit.
I'll bet.
he would never get anywhere. There's no such thing as a perfect airplane. You just have to manage the problems as best you can and make your decision.
November 537 Charlie Alpha, roger, climb flight level 240 and squawk ident.
To fly faster and farther, they climb to where the air is thinner.
Flight level 240.
24,000 feet, almost as high as this single-prop Cirrus can fly.
What you looking for?
I'm hearing a high-pitched squeal that I wasn't hearing before. Sometimes when an alternator's starting to go, the bearings will start squealing a little bit, or the belt is squealing.
Used planes are like used cars. You never know when a critical part will pack it in.
It never fails. Over the water or flying at night, start hearing every little bump and thump.
Push it 11,000 kilometers in just 6 days, and you're asking for trouble.
It's very simple. If it doesn't sound right, doesn't smell right, doesn't feel right, something's wrong.
If it is the alternator, a major source of their electrical power could be dying out.
If the alternator goes into discharge, down you go and you're screwed. Hey, what do you need?
Trouble like this demands serious focus.
I want to put an autopilot and help with this mask for a minute.
And at high altitude, Marcio needs extra oxygen to help him do it.
Marcio's an airline pilot. He's not used to working at high altitude and in the thin air. Me, on the other hand, I skydive all the time. I fly unpressurized airplanes all the time. I live at high altitude.
Kerry, there's no backup here for almost anything, right? I mean, no backup for the engine, there's no backup for the power.
Now, unfortunately, on the Cirrus, we don't have a backup system. If our alternators go, all we have left is the juice that we've got in the battery, and once that's gone, it's gone.
We can't wait to fix this on the ground. So my best solution is to reduce the electrical power to things we don't need. Hopefully that keeps the alternator from giving out.
Whenever I'm flying over the ocean, I'm always trying to be as conservative with the engine and the electrical system as possible.
When you turn off that, does the load change in here?
It was 24, it went down to 12.
So we're good for now.
The tactic works. At 22,000 feet, even Kerry needs a little air.
190 knots, Poppy, we're still in the climb.
How long do we have to go?
Almost 2 hours. Maybe I should test and see how my extreme high altitude performance is, you know. Go off O2 here for a little bit, see how I can hang.
I'd rather not. Why don't you do your science classes when we are over firm land and it's only water here. I don't want to be dealing with you. Pass out.
I got you sitting right next to me. You're in good shape.
Oh, no.
I always have to be pushing the boundaries and the limits. I've been accused of being irresponsible and reckless, but I just thrive on this stuff.
I could probably fly all day at 24,000 with no oxygen.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Let's cross the water here, and then you can pass out. I can give you mouth to mouth. Everybody can be happy.
If I pass out, do you promise to give me mouth to mouth?
Give mouth to mouth.
I want you to put a couple of mints in before, okay?
No worries. Let's wait for firm land to do that.
All right.
Firm land.
Yeah, it's freaking cold up here.
Temperature outside is minus 40 Celsius.
This heater's having a hard time keeping up. At least we got a heater, but...
Doesn't heat much. Look at my fingers. Almost frozen.
Yeah. Man, your fingertips are cold.
No. Any jet, nicely pressurized. You have all the heaters. This never, ever happens. Oh, we always flying out just with a shirt. Nice tie. Looking professional. I look like a clown here.
We're not just for style, we're just for success. And by success, I mean survival.
This is too cold.
Can you imagine what it'd be down there in a raft? Oh, fun. No fun at all. Oh, we're almost halfway.
Almost halfway.
Oh, in other words, we're about as far from rescue as we can be.
Waiting for the guys to come out so we can preheat it. There's no way this engine would start how cold it is. So we have to bring a truck with a heater. We're gonna put it in the inlet of the engine that'll warm up. And then cross our fingers, she'll start.
How long do you think it'll take?
Probably about half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah, 20 minutes or so.
Get inside the cabin too a little bit?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Hard to tell which is colder, the plane or the lightly dressed crew.
Cowboy boots aren't made for the north.
Yeah, they're a little on the dress.
Hey, Cory, let's get the heater up on the wings and get that frost off, okay?
Yeah, little dress shoes aren't gonna cut it up here either.
Yeah, these shoes are completely inappropriate for the weather and conditions we're in. They make no sense.
So what are you wearing cowboy boots up here for?
I wasn't planning on being outside for hours on end. It's warm when you're in the airplane.
When it's running, it is.
Well, right now we're heating and blowing off the frost. That thin layer on the wings and tail are very hazardous to the safety of flight. Doesn't look like much, but it'll take a plane out of the sky. Flying's very glamorous. Very glamorous. Don't I look glamorous right now? Yeah, now we got to get in and get started so the plane doesn't get too cold, because it'll get cold fast, even though we've been heating it for 2 hours.
Flaps, I'm giving you 10. Cabin heat. Come on, baby, warm up. It's cold as
It is.
All right, rotate 775, climb 8595.
Good. Plane feels good.
1800 on the torque.
Good.
Wow. Crazy.
They're aiming for Greenland, 900 kilometers away. Over the next 4 hours, the giant-sized slushy that is the North Atlantic Ocean will be their only view.
So how many times have you crossed the ocean?
Without double checking and adding it up, I think this is 645. It's over 600 for certain. I just don't.
It's about how many hours I have flying. We just went feet wet over the Atlantic Ocean. We're not gonna see land for many hours.
Got a little problem here, Marcio.
Yeah.
So we're about an hour out from Reykjavik, and the engine and the alternator seem to be doing okay. But now I have to freak Marcio out once again.
I gotta go pee-pee.
No, there's no pee-pee here.
Well, I got my old-fashioned ferry pilot method here.
Well, we have to see this. Come on.
2 Ziploc bags. I learned the hard way, never trust one. You ready for this?
Okay, too much information.
I got a little shrinkage problem here, but
What the hell?
it's been a while since I had to do this. A little trickier than I thought.
Oh, man.
They have mission accomplished.
Why me? No, why me?
November 537 Charlie Alpha, continuing present heading and descent altitude 2,000 feet.
Okay, down to 2,000 feet and the present heading.
Approaching Iceland, the winds pick up,
Feeling a couple bumps here and there.
shoving the lightweight Cirrus around.
537 Charlie Alpha Tower, roger, join right downwind runway 19ers, number 1 runway 19ers.
Okay, man, do it.
It's agreed. The single prop pro
Oh, well, I'm on it.
will take this landing.
Okay. Slow down. We're ready to close. Oh, wait, we're just going 120 now. That may help. That way. We're still a little high. I know.
When you're trying to concentrate on a difficult landing, having a nervous co-pilot question everything you do definitely doesn't help.
Turn it. You're good to go now. Turn it. Can't see anything. Keep coming. Lean back. Let me see what I'm doing.
It's a rough ride when the pilots are as temperamental as the weather.
Altitude.
Cloud. Do a little high, a little fast. Here, put the power back. Let's see what happens. A little bit. You're a little bit below, but you should be. Coming up. Fly instrument. Yep.
Now hammered by crosswinds, Marcio trusts the plane's computer to guide them in.
Give me approach flaps here. Follow the bar. Oh, you're a little low. So I got it. I do.
500.
But Kerry trusts nothing but his own 2 eyes.
Flaps. I'm a little fast because it's a little windy and bumpy. Roger that. Oh, I am so glad you're doing this. Lots of emotions. This was rough, puppy. I almost decided to just go with the 50% flaps. I would have made it easier, but I wanted a challenge. 8.
I don't know why I do this, really. After 3.5 hours, I can barely feel anything. This is... I don't know why I do this. This is a bad idea, Kerry.
If you're
Kerry, this
you're
is a
gonna
bad
wear
idea,
the suits
Kerry.
and use the raft, you gotta know how to do it.
Yet?
Flying around North Atlantic with survival gear that you're not really trained to use is not really the smartest thing in the world. I do have the gear, I've used it a lot, but I've never actually trained with it and received proper training.
And in the far North Atlantic, this is where you get it.
Let's go.
So you are exercising now crash in Icelandic waters or northern waters, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. In the water where the cold sea is attacking you, this suit is your protective shield for 6 hours.
This team gets up to 25 calls a year to pull people from this ocean.
So now you're gonna put on your hood.
They know what it takes to survive it.
Inshore water here now is 3 degrees, and we call that warm for this season. So just look forward and go out.
I gotta show Marcio here how it's done.
Okay.
Beautiful.
This is a bad idea. Oh, man. All right, here we go. The biggest fear is the water, the cold water. How long is it going to take for them to come and get us? That's the problem.
And now you want to get on board. So first one, just start pulling yourself up and on board. Okay.
Have fun, Marcio.
Okay, now let's go out and see if we can find some waves.
Ready to go do this, Marcio? Why not, baby?
Okay. The drift between them is because one went out before the other one, thinking the plane would be still, but the plane is moving.
In reality, it's a potentially deadly mistake, losing track of each other and their rescue raft.
And so they have to swim this far to get each other. Now I want you to swim to us. They are getting very tired. Look.
All right, Marcio.
I'm done with this.
Down and up.
On board. Then down and up. See? Did good.
All right.
I told you this was a bad idea.
That just reaffirms my belief that I never want to crash. That's hard work. And it's cold.
My wife just sent me a little video of home from last night, so I'm gonna watch my little girl, what she was doing here. Let me see. Oh boy. I wish she was there. When I was going to survival training, it's really an amazing eye-opener how dangerous these things are. You know, we fly in the United States, and there's an airport every 20 miles, and there's an infrastructure behind it, and here, there's nothing. It's you are on your own.
Just 1,000 kilometers away in Greenland,
Hasta la vista, snow.
Cory's a one-man ground crew.
What are you doing? Is it working?
Yeah, take a look.
Well, that's tough to say. I'm worried about the frost.
What do you think, boss?
I think we have to de-ice.
Do you guys have a de-ice truck?
And I do know these shoes were a dumb idea. Okay, down to business. Looks like we're gonna need de-icing after all.
Shouldn't be a problem, but it's gonna cost at least 700 to 900 US. That hurts. We don't need a lot. We just need a little bit.
The margins are so tight on these trips that we have to watch every single dollar. There's a good chance we can lose money before the plane even gets there if all these expenses get out of hand.
Wow. All right, well, I guess $750 to stay alive is probably worth it.
Yeah.
The hundreds are flying out of this bag.
Kerry's daughter, Claire, is wired to try her hand at her dad's day job.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Claire.
What's going on?
Just sitting here in Iceland, getting ready for the big Iceland to Greenland leg. This is the big leg. This is the most dangerous one.
Yeah. How long is that going to be?
With the winds we have today, just a little over 4 hours.
A long stretch of ocean.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I wouldn't want to be taking you on this one. I'd be a nervous wreck.
Oh, come on. I could handle this.
Claire is just like your old man, an adventurer, you know. She likes to see the far horizons. And I'm kind of liking the fact that she's learning something from the trip that I'm on. And I've never really done it this late in the year, so it's
like extra cold right now?
Yeah, extra cold, extra cruddy. Took out the ramp.
Talk to Mom about that, or?
No, I don't bother your mother with little details like that.
No, I wouldn't. You better survive this adventure so we can go on ours.
I'll do what I can.
You got it, Dad. Double guns.
Double guns, Claire. All right. Talk later.
All right, good luck. Be safe.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye. It's so late in the year, and he seems a little concerned with the weather conditions right now, so when my dad gets concerned, I get a little concerned.
This sucks.
One time zone away, Cory's got a call to make too.
My little boy should be getting ready or heading to school right now. Try and say hi to him before he goes.
This business is tough on the home life. Right now, I'm just finalizing my divorce, and you know, it's always in my mind. My family, my divorce.
Hey, Jackson, what are you doing, buddy?
Nothing.
Guess what? I'm gonna go across the ocean today, and I'll call you tonight when I land, okay, buddy?
Love you.
Love you too, buddy. Have a good day at school. I'll call you tonight, okay?
Thanks, Dad.
Bye, buddy. Love you. Let's go say that.
It's very distracting when your personal life is off key and he's got a divorce going on. And he has to keep that out of the cockpit.
Roger that.
He has to be on his game because those distractions are huge.
And ready for taxi.
388 November Tango.
He's got a business and he has people and stresses.
Power set. Speed to live.
But none of it matters if you're dead. Outstanding.
Next time on Dangerous Flights.
That could put us in the water.
Pounded by headwinds.
And is this gonna work?
Cory's in the hot seat.
This decision's right on the line.
Don't hit that mountain. Don't hit that mountain.
Marcio takes on one of the world's most notorious runways.
Oh, this is bad.
What time is it?
It's late.
And no help for a hangover.
They are all over our butts to get out of here now.